Alright guys, so today's vlog is about the pre-Christmas decorations during the winter season in Canada. So today I'll show you some of the decorative things that Canada does in winter season, especially around Christmas. So we'll go and check that out. Mostly they decorate the streets, and also you'll find a couple of Christmas trees around almost every third street. So we're gonna explore that today. All right, so as you can see here, you will find a couple of good lightning. So if you see on the trees, you have these. So pretty nice, huh? During this season, almost everywhere, it's similar to Diwali that we have in India. Almost all the streets, they would be covered in lights, and the more we approach Christmas, the more decorative it would be. So here we have these globes, pretty neat. So almost all the streets, pretty much all the streets, I would say, they would be illuminated with such beautiful lightnings. Even you see the restaurant over there, they have their own lightning, just because Christmas is around the corner. And this year I think they have done something different, and if you see, there is a display wherein you have some kind of weather prediction. So each year they do something different, and here it is. So this is not an actual tree, but a lit Christmas tree. So if I go near, so this is something like this. So it's huge, but definitely it gives, like, these kind of things, they give Diwali vibes. So if you see, and in similar fashion, this is not lit up. This is a space wherein people could sit during especially around noon, and you'll find that that time people usually, because it's winter time, they drink coffee at that time. So although it's late, but you'll see a lot of people walking around the streets. This is especially because during Christmas, even if it's late, like not on the Christmas day, but specifically before Christmas, you'll find people roaming here and there, buying stuff. So it's basically Christmas shopping. And I don't know, like this funny character on the screen. So this wasn't there last time I was here. So I am back in town after long vacation. So this is pretty funny. So maybe I'll find more interesting things around the street. So I'm just waiting for the sign to go off, and then we'll walk past and we'll see what kind of decoration is on that, outside that bar. So especially, like I said, they have, so you'll see people walking around the street, but in winter they don't have outside sitting, especially because it's too cold. So usually here as well, you'll find that outside sitting is closed. And this is a pub that's also has some Christmas vibes. So if you see, and inside there are people sitting, but outside it's blank, because the reason for this is that the temperature right now, it's below zero, and if it's too much windy, you'll feel, so the feels like would be somewhere around minus 3 4, and usually it goes up to minus 40. I have seen that, but right now it's okay. So we'll move past that side and we'll go and see what other decorative things you can find in Montreal. So that is a street that we came through. So you see that lightning, and also another very interesting thing, that there is a bus stop behind me. People don't kick each other to get on the bus. Instead, they are nicely in a queue so that each one gets there as they came in for the bus. And then we move along, and there's another Christmas tree here. So pretty interesting, right? Each corner of the street you'll find these many decorative trees. And even if you notice on the street lighting, they have these neat lights, and they're all time up during night, especially during the Christmas time. So now we'll move ahead and we'll see what else we can see during this time of the year. And now if I move straight ahead, you'll find that there is a school bus, and it's almost 5, although it seems like it's 8 because it's too dark. And you'll see that there is the school bus picking up children, and they'll go to their home. It's nice, right? And then if we move along this path, you will see that there is a very nice lit up gift decorative item, but I think the lightning on that side, it's not lit. Maybe the wire is broken or something. So we'll move on, and the thing that you see on the back, it's basically a very old and historic church. They call it St. Joseph Oratory. So maybe I'll cover that some other day. Right now, sorry. So right now, what you see behind me is a spot where usually you can buy Christmas trees during this time of the year. So we'll just go and explore that a bit as well. So as I said, we can find different things, surprising things on the way. So this here specifically, if you are in need of a Christmas tree, you need to visit this. And that's in French. Ouvert 7 jours, basically it means open 7 days. And you have the Christmas trees all over the place. You can come here to buy the trees if you live in Montreal. So who the person is, they have this RC trailer, they live in there and sell the trees. So now we'll move on. So this is basically downtown area, and this is SAQ, where you will find alcohol and wine. So here on this street as well, you'll see that on the entire street, on the street lighting, you'll find these tiny snowflakes. So now we'll move on to that specific place where you'll find these, not huge, but yeah, actually they are huge. That one is pretty huge. So we'll go near them. So these are cute deers that they have over here. I think these are pretty amazing. Especially at night, they look very pretty. So we'll go near these things to see how they actually look. So these are like this, and actually these are pretty huge. So I will just rotate the camera just to show you these guys. So this is where I am, so this height. So usually a person would come near the half of the stomach of this guy. They are pretty big, and this one too. So these are really big. So you see, really big again. So if I stand here, I am almost under the stomach, you see. So they're pretty big. So we have two of these here, and then I think that one is much bigger than these two, and then we have some here. So these are tiny ones. I think these are the tiny ones. So if I go there, so it's all the leaves. So it's like this. And if I measure this one, this is not that, tall. So it's almost near to my neck. And then we will move on to the biggest ones here. Okay, so there is an interesting statue over here. Okay, so if I see these are very, very big, and if I just try to measure, so I can almost pass under them. Woo. So that's how much big these guys are. And seriously, like, these are pretty big, man, pretty big. Whoa. And they look amazing. So very nice. So we have a couple of them there, and two big giants here. All right, guys, so again, moving on. So like I said, we will find very, very unique and interesting things in Montreal during this time of the year. So today I'll just show you a couple of things, and as Christmas approaches, I will have more things to show you guys. But as of now, I'm just gonna cover a couple of things just to give you how that pre-Christmas vibe feels like when you're in Canada. So now let's move on to the next place where I believe there would be some decorative lighting as well. Now I'm on a different street, different location, but still downtown. Here, right now I'm standing at the center of downtown. So just a glimpse of how it looks like. So it's all surrounded with skyscrapers. Everywhere you'll see. So this is a very, very old building here, beautifully crafted. And see that, looking very nice, huh? And this is a very old, very old building as well. This is an oratory, or you can say a church. So it's like this over here. So now we'll see some different kind of decorations that they have over here in this area. So first of all, I think we'll cover that area later on. First of all, if you see that on this street, again, they have different kind of lighting. So if you see here and there as well, it goes all over the street. And then specifically we have this eagle here. Wow, looks nice, huh? and very beautiful heart. So this is color changing. I just saw it was red a while ago. Now it turned yellow and it's going red again, guys. So just to compare the size, how big this is. So it's half here, it's half, and it's near my head. And that as well, it's almost the same thing. So now, before exploring the back section wherein I just showed you a couple of decorative items, we'll first go towards that place there, and we'll explore what that place has to offer in terms of decoration. So let's move to that area. And so nice buildings, by the way, and it's pretty decent area to browse, especially during winters. So I'm just gonna run because it's the pedestrian light. Before it turns red, I need to run and cross the street. So like I said, everywhere you'll see these lightnings, and I like very much. I don't know why, but it's really neat. Anyways, so I'm just waiting for the light to turn, and it's there. So I was waiting for that pedestrian light. So I'm just gonna move on to that area, and we'll see what kind of lightning is there in that area. All right, so we are almost there, and this is a very famous hotel right there. You'll see Canadian flag, Quebec flag, US flag, and so basically that's Quebec flag, that's I guess the hotel flag. And then the building that you see over there, it's not decorated specifically in winters. It's always the same year round. It's the same. But now let's see. Wow. So in this area as well, you'll see these trees lit up. Very nice. And oh, what's that thing? Let's find out. This is new. Seems like some ugly snow bear. That's a very stupid name, but I don't know what exactly this thing is. It's funny, but so there is a card here. Okay. Anyways, not concerned about that. So the area that's to see, it's basically an underground food court. We're not gonna explore that today, but just to show you the height of these trees. It's pretty big, and that is a very famous ring, round ring here. So this is basically the center of downtown. So now we'll move on to other part that's on the other side to see how well the decorations are there on the other area. So let's go. That's the famous church. Again, it's a very old building. You see the sculptures on the top. So anyways, I have my light, so I'm just gonna march towards my next destination. By the way, the heart again, it's red again, and it's almost 5:15 right now, and it seems like it's 8 or 9. So moving on. So the two parts of the decoration in this area, one is on the side of the street, one is on the right side. So first we'll cover what's on the right side, and Once we're done with the right side, we'll cross the street again and we'll move to the left side. Anyways, I missed my pedestrian light, so I have to wait like a minute or so before I can cross the street. So guys, this is the right side of the street that we're talking about. Again, we have beautiful globes like we saw on the other street there. Pretty neat, right? And these arc-like structures. So people usually come here to walk in the evening. And right now it's not 6, it's almost 5:30 in the evening, and you see it's dark everywhere. So I usually like such places where it's lit up and you can walk, and people usually come here around 7 or 8 with their hot coffee, with their friends or maybe colleagues to have chit chat. But if it's too cold, they prefer not to come here and just straight away go back to their houses. Because usually all this area they have corporate offices, so usually when employees they leave, they get together for a walk and just to freshen up their mind. No, so by the way, the statue back there, so I believe this park is devoted to that guy. We'll see the name some other day. Anyways, so now we'll move on to the other section of the street, and for that I believe we need to cross the street. So I will prefer that part to take a left so that I can show you some more Christmas trees that I see right there inside that building. So let's go and check those trees as well, and then we'll take a left, just to so actually he was waiting for me, because here pedestrian has the right of way whatsoever. Even if the pedestrian is wrong, it's the moral obligation for any passerby to give right to pedestrian. So this is the Christmas tree, guys. Anyways, I have a light, so I have to move on. So I'm gonna move quickly before the light goes off again, and I have to wait like I don't know, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, because it's a pretty big street, so usually a lot of traffic, so we need to wait for a longer time. So we have a couple of trees lit up here and here as well, and looks beautiful in white and red. So very nice, actually. Pretty cool, huh? So now we need to explore the other part. So again, you have these arc-like structures, perfect to walk through, so that you have the winter vibe, the Christmas vibe. So right now I feel very nice, walking in these parks, and I believe they have these giant animals, but they're not lit up. I think maybe the wire or the cord is broken. So let's move to this section now. Big bears, huh? So let's see how big they are. I think they are pretty big. Yeah, they are. So I'm just gonna use the wide angle just to see how big these things are. So here I am, and if I stand right past this guy, pretty big, right? Yeah, it is big. So one is here, another one on the other side. So That's big as well. So you see, I'm right under his arm. That's how big this guy is. So these are the decorations, some of the decorations, not all. So I believe I have only covered maybe 10% of the, not 10, yeah, kind of 10%, because exploring all the areas in winter, it's pretty difficult because of the temperatures dropping each day. So right now, for today's vlog, that's it. And during the winter season, this Christmas season, I'll try to get you guys more information, more stuff on how the life is during this season of this time of the year, especially in Montreal. And until then, bye guys. Subscribe, like the video, please comment what you would like to see, what kind of videos, what kind of content would you like to see, and if you like this video or not. Thanks a lot guys, see ya.